Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? You know, for many years, we have been exposed, if you will, to unrelenting propaganda about the ocean being inundated with plastic pollution. Headlines screamed, campaigns were launched, and the government pumped out regulation after regulation and propaganda after propaganda in remarkable quantities, rivaling in the mountains of plastic supposedly invading our oceans. According to experts, because there's always experts, aren't there, over 8 million tons of plastic were finding their way to the ocean every single year. And something had to be done right now, or all the turtles were doomed. Or something like that. Go. Can't have that. Save the turtles. Don't use plastic straws anymore. Just saying. I think we can all agree that plastic trash or even other trash finding its way into our ecosystem is not something to be desired. And despite my inclination of distrust anything that an environmentalist says, I am more sympathetic to concerns about plastic getting into our food chain. One can simultaneously think a problem is exaggerated and that there is a problem. Yet the plastic in the ocean story captures the essential dishonesty of libs propaganda. Rather than having a rational, honest discussion of the costs and the benefits of various policies, plastic is essential to the functioning of the modern world, and plastic is some environmental impacts we should mitigate here. But they blow everything out of proportion in order to shut down all brain function in people. A previous claim, which has been repeated at length, that 8 million tons of plastic has been revised down a little bit to 500 tons, or 1 1/16, as much has been claimed. Now, there's less plastic pollution flowing into the ocean from the land that the scientists previously thought, and according to a study published by the Journal of Nature Geoscience, the researchers estimated that about 500,000 metric tons of plastic end up in the ocean each year, with about half of it from land. The other half comes from the fishing industry in the form of nets and ropes and buoys and other equipment. Now, as earlier, a widely publicized study in 2015, I believe it was, estimated that about 8 million metric tons of plastic were entering the ocean each year from the rivers alone. And this new research might seem like good news, but the full picture is very complicated. The amount of plastic in the ocean is still increasing by about 4% every year. And that's according to that study. Now, like you, that seems like too much to be happy about. And I would love to see that number reduced. But also, like you, it infuriates me that conservationists and the crusaders in our government and MSM have been shoving unsubstantiated claims at us for years in order to get us to give up plastic straws and other useful tools that make our lives easier and better. The truth matters. And just because you want something really badly does not mean that you get to lie without consequences. Except likely it does. There will be no consequences. Notice how even in the midst of this revelation, the Times reassures us that this revision downward doesn't mean we should quit panicking, because things are still bad. So stay panicking, my friends, because libs seem allergic to telling the truth because they only care about getting their way and not convincing people through democratic means and other rational discussion that they have a point. The results in lots of people's, like me, automatically assuming that they're lying, like the boy who keeps crying wolf. I am much more inclined to listen to somebody like Bjorn Lomborg regarding climate change than just stop oil. because he's telling the truth as he sees it. What a concept. Now, with something like plastic getting into the ocean, there is an optimal amount that is non-zero, and we should strive to get there. It is non-zero because you will never stop plastic pollution entirely without giving up plastic. And giving up plastic would mean giving up a vital component of modern life. It's not just straws. Everything these days is made of plastic, and it's getting out of the economy would make life much worse and even cost lives. How can you find the optimal level of protection on a cost-benefit basis if everybody is lying? If everybody is lying, you wind up making horrible decisions and distrusting everyone. This happened with the CV lies, where everybody, everywhere, meaning people made horrible decisions with horrible real-world consequences. It happens everywhere all the time. Too many people forgive these lies based on the faulty assumption that lying for a good cause is a good thing. It can't work in the short run to achieve a goal, often a bad one at that, but tears apart society in the long run as more and more people rebel. Look at the collapse in trust that is evident everywhere. Nobody trusts the media, the government, or even public health establishment. People have simply chosen sides, pro-falsehood for a good cause or anti-falsehood. That is the climate change debate in a nutshell. The willingness, even eagerness to lie to people is an expression of contempt and is itself contemptible. Just tell the truth. Let the chips fall where they may. It's the best way to go, man. Anyway, all right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fear less. Ciao.